Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. A lot went down in the world of cricket yesterday, and of course, we confirmed that Pakistan will indeed be playing in the T20 World Cup. Now, the question that we're asking here is how and what impact will this have on the relationships between Pakistan Cricket Board and the Bangladesh Cricket Board and the rest of the countries involved in cricket as well? With me to discuss this entire topic is Shaumik Chakrabarti, Vaibhav Tripathi, Rohit Juglan, and Debashish Sen. And of course, we'll also talk about India's campaign in the Under 19 World Cup. Shaumik, I'll start with you. Yesterday, when we broke the news, we did a small 10-minute live, 10-15-minute live, and we sort of gave all the updates on what was going on. Now that you've had a day to think about everything, the number one question that I want to ask you is, will this have an impact on the relationship between Pakistan Cricket Board and Bangladesh Cricket Board?
This is a bit hypothetical, Gargi, given that, like the Bangladesh government, which is the caretaker government, the Bangladesh Cricket Board, this cricket board is a caretaker cricket board. When Sheikh Hasina's government was thrown out, the caretaker government came, and this is something ad hoc. So you never know after the general elections whether these guys will be still in power as far as Bangladesh cricket is concerned. Because if you look at it, be it in Pakistan, there is the direct involvement that their interior minister is the chairman of the Pakistan Cricket Board, and by tradition and by constitution, the Prime Minister of Pakistan is the chief patron of Pakistan Cricket Board, and that is right from the very beginning. In Bangladesh, also there has been a strong influence in terms of the ruling political class handpicking the cricket board officials, and this time, this is also an ad hoc cricket board. So after the general elections, how things will pan out, which party will come to power, they will pick their own men. So that is so this is a bit hypothetical, but I think Bangladesh, everyone connected to Bangladesh cricket, by now has realized that Pakistan have left them in the lurch. I was talking to some people in Pakistan this morning, our sources, and what I am told that, as we said yesterday itself, that boycotting the whole tournament is not an option, but forfeiting this India Pakistan game still remains an option for the Pakistan Cricket Board, with Mohsin Naqvi saying we will come up with our final decision by latest by next Monday. But now that will also have serious legal implications, but we will come to that later. But at this moment in time, as regards Pakistan and Bangladesh Cricket Board, we have to keep an eye on this, how the general elections pan out, and after a stable cricket board is formed, like a stable government, what is going to happen.
Devashish, have you been speaking to any of your sources in Bangladesh? What is the reaction to what Pakistan has done at this point? Because a lot of us believe that Pakistan somewhat misled Bangladesh into thinking that they've got their back.
So the general consensus among the Bangladeshi media is they are miffed with the BCB. And I'm told just a few minutes back, I had a word. Aminul Islam Bulbul is flying to Australia tonight. So clearly leaving the Bangladesh Cricket Board in the dark, the president is flying back to Australia. And also the media committee head, in that meeting with the press, he declared that Bangladesh Cricket Board will not drag this matter any further. Full stop. Bangladesh Cricket Board is not going to drag this matter any forward. PCB may do whatever they want to, but Bangladesh Cricket Board, enough of it. And they have already witnessed what it means. They are out of the tournament, and they at least 130 to 150 Bangladeshi media applied for ICC T20 World Cup. All their accreditation has been rejected by ICC. So clearly, because that makes sense. When your cricket team is not safe, how come your journalists will be safe in traveling to India? So the ICC has done the right thing by cancelling all the accreditation of the Bangladeshi journalists. There were as many as 130 to 150. I'm told exactly the numbers: 130 to 150 Bangladeshi journalists, and there were 3 photographers from leading houses, newspaper, and all of their accreditation has been cancelled. So Bangladesh are not going to take this matter any forward. and they are only hoping that they don't face any major sanctions, and obviously, and which might be the case if Pakistan goes that way by forfeiting the match against India. But definitely when it comes to BCB, they have faced the heat. Means as you say, no, कि पंगा नहीं लेने का with ICC and BCCI से अभी उनका हालत वही हुआ कि they realized they made a mistake by not coming to India, and this is all being done with the back channels discussion between the PCB and the BCB. So they have realized their mistake. They have realized their mistake, and they are not going to take it forward anymore.
Rohit, we have a question here, comment. They're asking what will be the sanction if Pakistan plays the World Cup but only boycotts India match? But what grounds will they boycott the India match on? They are playing in a neutral venue. There's nothing for Pakistan to say that we will not play this particular fixture. And at the same time, again, there will be sanctions on Pakistan. But your thoughts on this? Do you think Pakistan has any of these tricks up their sleeve, or do you think they will just come and normally just play the tournament?
Gargi, I have the tricks with me, but I don't want to share with them. I really don't know that whether someone from Pakistan will watching our show and they can, easily execute this. I did this yesterday also when Shubhanda asked me this, that, how can they negotiate just one game? Teams have done it. Teams have done it in history. 2003 World Cup, New Zealand did it. They categorically said to the ICC and to the hosts also that we are not feeling safe. There was a bomb blast, and it's not only about the bomb blast thing. It's also about the security concern things also. It's also about the diplomatic relations also, where an England team can directly say in 2003, I'm talking about, that we don't want to travel to Zimbabwe. I remember I was reading to a piece way back of 2003 when it was reported that Indian team went to Zimbabwe with top-notch security. Means Saurav Ganguly and his boys been said that you can't go out individually, be it evening, be it afternoon, you have to go with the security personnels, because that game was really important for India at that point of time. I think they did really bad versus Netherlands in that 2003 World Cup. They lost versus Australia, and then the back start. The way they came back into the tournament, it started from that Zimbabwe game only. Zimbabwe, and then Namibia, where they won a high-scoring game. So my point is only that yes, as far as the sanctions are concerned, the sanctions are more related to if they boycott the overall tournament. I have some numbers with me. It's related somewhere close to 138 million US dollars, which will be around 3,856 crores if you talk about the Pakistan rupees. So it will be a 4-year cycle. It will be paid by the ICC in 8 installments. One installment will be paid around January. One installment will be paid around July. So as far as boycotting the whole tournament is concerned, as we all know, that's going to be really tough for Pakistan, and that's not the possibility at this point of time. But yes, they can forfeit that India versus Pakistan game. They have to give a solid reason to ICC for that also. There could be solid reasons, but as I said, that I know that how there's seriously no one, as far as Pakistan is concerned. There's no one to direct PCB chairman as far as the advisory committee is concerned. There's no one in Pakistan Cricket Board at this point of time, Gargi. I've been told this, that there is no one to give advices, means advisor to the Pakistan Cricket Board chairman. There's no post related to that. Yes, there's been a media head. Yes, there's been international people of the media. Yes, there's been some guys who are associated with Mohsen Naqvi from so long, from the time of his political career to this. But there's no one who can advise him. Yes, there are some ex-chairmen. I highly rate Nazam Sethi as far as these matters are concerned, who had a really good understanding of the administrative level and the finance level. So he could be had a chat with all of them, like they did during the Asia Cup time. But yes, they have some grounds which they can use. I don't want to public here, but they have certain grounds they can use that. And at certain extent, because broadcasters are also there, they have signed something we called a member of participation signatures. Just before a tournament you sign a MPT, and related to that, the broadcasters can drag them to the court. But again, there is another thing which is part of every contract, and that is being called, the one term is force majeure clause. So the force majeure clause is something which Pakistan can use, and 4 things falls under that category. The one thing is natural disaster, means if there's a disaster, if there's an earthquake, if there is tsunami. Then the other thing is pandemic. Then the other thing is war, and the final thing is government interference. So I think I have given already many hints to Pakistan if they want to, use that particular forfeit thing in against India in that 15th Feb game, Gargi.
All right. Abhay here is asking, what if ICC pulls out, if Pakistan pulls out of World Cup and ICC replaces Bangladesh? This is not a game of Monopoly, Abhay. This is a real tournament happening between multiple countries. There are logistical, concerns here. It doesn't just happen ki, "Arey, ye chala gaya, chalo usko le aate." It's not gully cricket. It's international cricket. But Weber, how are you looking at this entire scenario pan out? Because quite puzzling how the entire thing panned out. If Mohsin Naqvi went out in that press conference and said that we will see what will happen. Next day, the squad is released. Now we know that Pakistan will play the World Cup. All these false promises that they had been making to Bangladesh, it's puzzling. That's what it is.
See, it's puzzling, but time and time again, if you talk about Mohsin Naqvi, ever since he has taken the role of PCB chairman, he's the interior minister, we all know that. And the press conference that he held on Saturday in Lahore, he was talking from the point of a interior minister, not as a PCB chairman, because PCB chairman, nowhere near he can say that we obey the government, we don't obey the ICC. PCB is a full member nation. Pakistan is also a full member nation. It comes under ICC. If you are not going to obey ICC, whom you are going to obey? ICC is the Apex Cricket Council. So it is a foolish statement to make. But again, it didn't came from Mohsin Naqvi, the PCB chairman. It came from the side of Mohsin Naqvi, the interior minister. And this is what it is funny. Pakistan, from the side of Pakistan, they always blame India for the politicization of cricket, that BCCI is run by the government. But BCCI is an independent body. Unless and until it's about the Pakistan, traveling to Pakistan, BCCI is an independent body and they take decisions on their own. Obviously, you have to travel. If you are talking about traveling to Pakistan, it is a matter of concern and it requires a security protocol. And government of India has made it clear that leave alone Pakistan, you are free to travel in any country. And we all know what are the reasons behind that. So see, time and time again, it has come up. Last year, Champions Trophy, if you remember, before the Champions Trophy, Mohsin Naqvi said it clearly that we will force India to come to Pakistan and play the Champions Trophy. Did it happen? It didn't. India played all their matches in Dubai. Then came the Asia Cup. He said that till the time Andy Pycroft is officiating, we are not going to play. We are not going to take part in the Asia Cup. What happened? Andy Pycroft remained the match referee. Nothing happened. All what he has been able to do successfully is to hold the Asia Cup trophy in Dubai. That is what he's only being successful in. Rest of the things, he has only done things only for the sake of his people. That he's just trying to portray that we are taking a strong stance against India, not just ICC. Otherwise, there is no problem for Pakistan to come to Colombo and play their matches. You just have 2 venues. You will stay only in one hotel in Colombo, and you have to play in 2 venues. Last year, you were talking about 1 venue advantage about India, that India is getting that 1 venue advantage. You are also getting the same advantage in Colombo. Now, on what grounds will you pull out? And there is another question that comes into the picture. It's not just will it soar PCB and BCB relations. Will it soar PCB and SLC relations, Sri Lanka cricket? Because you are going to play your matches in Sri Lanka, in Colombo. And let me remind you, 2019, it was the year when international cricket made its comeback to Pakistan. And Sri Lanka were the first nation to come to Pakistan and play there. So now the bigger question is, if Pakistan says ki we don't feel safe even in Sri Lanka, then Sri Lanka cricket will have problems. Sri Lanka cricket say, when did we have some security threats, on when there was an attack, terrorist attack, something like that in our country? In fact, we were the first nation to come to Pakistan and play international cricket when all other nations were against it. So there is another question to it, that will it serve Pakistan and Sri Lanka cricket relations. That's what is something to look forward to. Again, what grounds Pakistan pull out, or what grounds they say that we are not going to go to the World Cup, or we are not going to play against India. On what grounds they say, that will be more interesting to see. Now it's more about what Mohsin Naqvi says whenever he holds the press conference next.
Rohit, before I go back to Shomik and Debashish, I also want to know, last time before the India under 19 versus New Zealand under 19 game, we were doing the show. It was delayed, and then obviously because of rain, India went on to win because of DLS method. But looking back on that performance, one very important aspect was obviously Ayush Matre's half century there. We were all waiting for the captain to fire. He finally did. Another nice knock from Vaibhav Suryavanshi as well. Give us a summary of that game.
So I think the New Zealand game was, I think, firstly, it was the team, the way they, they selected the 11, because it was really surprising for me that they are not selecting Dipesh Devendran, who was doing really well as far as this tournament is concerned. Much talked about bowler, clicked that 140 kph. So someone who can really create havoc in these kind of conditions, because he was your highest wicket taker in Asia Cup also. So Dipesh, taking him out from the 11 was little surprising, but then you have someone like an RS Ambrish, and in that 1 week gap, after the Bangladesh game, what he was doing carefully in the nets is he was trying to bowl with the new ball also. We all know, Vaibhav knows this because he has seen the under 19 team doing really well in last one and a half year, that Ambrish is someone who's basically used one change or two change. He's not someone who bowls, most often with the new ball. But that's what the support staff did, in that 1 week break, that they said that Ambrish, you can bowl the new ball, and then they can put these two names in. They will have a Aaron George in, but what we were thinking that if Aaron George will come in, then you have to sit out a Vedant Trivedi. But they put both of them. Vedant was also there, Aaron was also there. Yes, they sat out Harvansh Pangalia. Harvansh Pangalia didn't the part of. So it was really wonderfully set up by the the bowlers. Henil Patel again, one of the name which is really doing really well. He's a wonderful fielder. We don't see this often, that a fast bowler fielding really well as far as outfield is concerned. In outfield, we only talk about their shoulders, that fast bowler shoulders are really good, but he's a really good outfielder also, really good with the catching also, and he can hit some sixes with the bat. He's someone like Harshit Rana. In recent times, you can compare the batting aspect I'm talking about. Very good with the ball, very good with the outswingers. So it was really well set up by your bowlers. Then you have a Mohammad Inan also into the team. So now you have all three spinners. You have a left arm offie, you have a right arm offie in Khilan Patel and in Kanish Chauhan, and then you have a Mohammad Inan. So wonderfully set up by the bowlers. And then you rightly said it was the kind of start we had. And then they gave opening slot to Aaron George. Ayush Matre came one down. That's also part of that innings, because what my thinking is that they want to give some game time to Aaron George, because in first 3-4 games, like he missed the warm-up games versus England, then he missed the game against Bangladesh, then he missed the game against USA. So, and then they have to chase, I think, only 135. So if there was a good partnership between Ayush Matre and Vaibhav Suryavanshi at the top, the game is done, because there's nothing to fight. And that actually happened because Aaron George went out early. So I think a wonderful combination with what this team is doing. And then obviously these two names at the very top, especially the kind of lengths they bowled to Ayush Matre. They kept on, putting those short stuff against him, but he was hitting them pull, hook. And the way he was hitting those hook shots, it's somewhere down the line reminding me of Rohit Sharma. I'm not comparing him with Rohit Sharma, but obviously Rohit Sharma means someone he look forward to, someone he talks. He said in the ICC interview also that whenever Rohit bhai ne mujhe kaha hai ki jab bhi kuch tere ko dikkat ho, you call me anytime. So this is what he's having with the top players and one of the best captains India ever had. So for me, yeah, the kind of batting Ayush Matre doing, Vaibhav Suryavanshi doing, I think, and with that, how the team is playing, it's a complete team effort. Be it the Bangladesh game or be it the New Zealand game. But New Zealand is there a little weak team in this tournament, Gargi. So you have the biggest game of the tournament on 1st of Feb. It's not again today also when we are fighting against Zimbabwe, because we all know that Zimbabwe is there because Pakistan played tactically played, a wonderful presence of mind by them. They played tactically slow. That's why Scotland is out and Zimbabwe is in. Otherwise, it would be Scotland versus India today. So yeah, the biggest game will be on 1st of Feb if Pakistan allows that, if PCB allows that, yes, our team is ready to play the Under-19 World Cup, because they are trying to, at this point of time, trying to boycott each and every. Yeah.
Totally. That was a nice point about Rohit Sharma as well there. But I will go back to the comment section because we're getting a lot of questions. Gondwana, what? Gondwana something. Why so much content regarding Pakistan boycott? Huh?
It's a Gondwana Mawa.
Gondwana Mawa. Oh, is it Khoya wala Mawa? Is that what they're talking? Right. Why so much content regarding Pakistan boycott? We are unnecessarily giving them space and importance. Let them do what. We are journalists. It's our job to report on whatever news is going on around the world. It's not about giving them importance. We are discussing on what this Pakistan decision will have an impact on world cricket, what it will do to relationship between the cricket boards. It's not about giving them importance at all.
It is directly linked to India. It is directly linked to it. It is directly linked to India.
Okay, Anit Sadhu is asking, best thing will be done by ICC. Don't organize tournaments in the subcontinent until and unless these idiots who are in position settle their country's politics. Shomik, that's not happening in the near future because politics, in the subcontinent, cricket and politics will always be interlaced with one another, and it will also be very delicate and intricate.
Politics and sport will always be intertwined, be it a subcontinent or somewhere else. Even the FIFA World Cup, European Union, led by Germany, is mulling on. They are not mulling on, but they are. There is a school of thought that the European Union should boycott the FIFA World Cup because of Donald Trump's aggressive approach towards buying Greenland, which is Denmark's property. So that will be, the both will always be intertwined. But Gargi, one main aspect we should discuss on the show is that there have been plenty of questions. What could happen to Pakistan if they forfeit the India game on 15th in Colombo? The fact of the matter is that, see, before coming to an ICC event or for a ride cycle, you sign a members participation agreement, and once you are signing that members participation agreement, it is a legal document. So you are legally bound to play the tournament unless there is something force majeure. Here there is no force majeure, number one. Number two, forget about can Pakistan forfeit just one games, because we had previous instances of Australia, West Indies, England doing this. Now, the fact of the matter is that these days, members' participation agreement is framed in such a way that even if you are forfeiting one game, you are breaching the clause, you are breaching the legal clause. And forget about ICC's sanctions. The host broadcaster, if Pakistan does that, if Pakistan PCB does that, then they run the risk of the host broadcasters dragging them to the court, because just purely that game, 38 from the broadcaster's point of view, $38 million are involved through ad slots, branded shows, and sponsorship commitments just for that game. Current right cycle, the ICC's media rights value for the current right cycle for ICC events is $3 billion. And the bulk of it, the $3 billion is being given projecting on the India-Pakistan matches at ICC events. And for that 15th February game, $38 million is directly linked to that game from the broadcaster's point of view. So if Pakistan refused to play, then very, very likely the host broadcaster will drag the PCB to the court, and they will have to face serious legal consequences. So now the fact is that they are still considering it. Why they are considering it? From their point of view, ostensibly, they want to do it. If they at all do it, it is a targeted protest. It is not about boycotting the entire World Cup, but forfeiting the India game. People feel that would be a targeted protest against ICC's decision to replace Bangladesh with Scotland at the tournament. But then again, the downside, I think Pakistan Cricket Board, the entire thing is grandstanding. And I think Pakistan, they're smart people at the end of the day. They're smart people at the end of the day. Whatever they have been doing in public, behind the scenes, they are smart people. I don't think they will shot themselves in the foot, because apart from ICC sanctions, the serious legal consequences they will have to face.
They will have to. Okay, final couple of questions here on the show. Weber, the other Weber is saying Abhigyan Kundu and Ambrish both have the element to get Indian cap soon and serve long. Fingers crossed. Your thoughts?
See, Ambrish is definitely the only seam bowling all-rounder in that squad, you see. And there is a good reason that even after missing the Asia Cup, he was brought back into the squad. He played a couple of first-class matches, Ranji Trophy matches for Tamil Nadu before making a comeback into the squad. And you see, he's doing extremely well, even in the South Africa series just before the start of the World Cup earlier in this month. He played he got a important partnership. I think it was in the first ODI, second ODI with Harvarsh Pangali. I think it was a 150 odd run partnership. He scored a half century there, so he can contribute with the bat. He is a gun bowler, as we saw in the last game. He can bowl the in swingers. He has the Yorker, and he has that attitude. The Hardik Pandya kind of attitude that I can win the games from any situation for my team. That kind of attitude you want, and it is good to see team bowling all-rounders coming through the ranks. And the RS Amrish is definitely one of them. And Abhigyan Kundu, the composure that he has shown, under tremendous pressure. First game, Vaibhav, Ayush Matre both got out, and then he got the team through all, because Henil Patel got that 5-wicket haul. That's why he was named the man of the match. But I think for me, it was a game where batters were tested more. It was a bowling friendly surface. It was a test of the batters, and there only one batter that fared well was Abhigyan Kundu. So for me, he was the man of the match, and until now he has outscored both Vaibhav and Ayush Matre. Even if you look at the first three league games, none of the matches have been, player of the matches awards were given to Ayush or Vaibhav Suryanshi. First match, Henil Patel. Second match, Vihan Malhotra. And then third match, you have RS Amrish. So this team doesn't only rely on Ayush and Vaibhav. They are a lot of match winners. Me and Rohit Bhaiya, we talked about this in detail, that there are a lot of match winners in their team. 9-10 match winners, they are still there. And today against Zimbabwe, there are players who can get opportunity. Somebody like Uddhav Mohan, somebody like Kishan Kumar Singh, the left arm seamer that you have in the squad. And this team is doing a lot of experimentations. First game, second game, you see who is taking the new ball. Sometimes Dipesh Devendran is doing, sometimes Henil Patel is there, sometimes RS Ambrish takes the new ball. But as far as the question is concerned, I think these two have a great future. Kanesh Chauhan is another name, Khilan Patel. There are a lot of players. There are a lot of under 19 players who are expected to do well. It's about time that, after this tournament, how they do well for their domestic teams, their state teams. That will be something to keep an eye on. And that will only decide how far they go in their respective careers.
Okay, final question to Debashish. A lot of people are asking here about an update on Washington Sundar. Debashish, have you heard anything of that sort?
I mean, so obviously his recovery has been very slow, not unlike what is expected. So that's the reason. And for the time being, Shreyas Iyer is traveling with the squad. He was there in Guwahati as well. So he will be with the side for the remaining two T20 internationals. And we all know yesterday only the BCCI had made a official release stating that Tilak Verma will join the squad in Mumbai. Means the team is supposed to assemble on the 2nd in November in Mumbai, and there is a plan to have another warm-up game, means to just get in another warm-up game against the South African side. Obviously, the official warm-up game is against South Africa on the 4th of February at Navi Mumbai. But BCCI is trying to get in another warm-up match. If it's not possible against South Africa, then India A might be playing against an Indian team, and that match might happen at Brabant Stadium on the 3rd of February. So that is the update. Washington Sundar, you never know. Even Shubhayan also was saying that Riyan Parag, who has just passed a yo-yo test, he has been asked, and there will be a few match simulation practice before he travels to. He is asked to travel to Mumbai. So we will get to know all the updates. But as of now, Washington Sundar's update, his progress is very slow, unlike what it is expected.
And Rohit, finally, again, last question before we close the show. Weather today, do you think rain interruptions will cause a problem today as well?
As of now, it's bright and sunny here for the first time. For the very first time before a game, it's very bright, very sunny, and it's a country where sun rises a little early. I'm a little surprised with that because it's on the it's on the center part of the earth and little south part also, but the sun comes very early. And today is the very first time, because what I'm here for on 8th, since 8th I'm here, and till then I think this is the first time then when I have to pull back the curtains and say that let me sleep for a little more because the sun is barging in from the curtains. So that's first time it has happened in last 14-15 days. So I think and the skies are looking little clear, but stadium is still 2 kilometers away from here. So let me go there and let me see that what the skies is all about, and then maybe an update on the social media handle of Rev Sports I'll definitely put.
India would be hoping that they finally get to play a full game. Till now, they haven't played a full game yet. So
Not
they
even a
would be
warm-up
hoping no more rain. Rain got stays away, at least from the stadium.
They will
More on first.
They will definitely be hoping for that. But on that note, we'll take your leave. Thank you so much, Shomik, Vaibhav, Rohit, and Devashish. We'll be back again. So don't forget to join us. Of course, Rohit will be bringing all the updates from the India under-19 game, and we'll be keeping an eye on the rest of the updates when it comes to Pakistan, Washington Sundar, and the India-New Zealand series as well.